They said this tape was lost forever, buried behind a wall, untouched for 20 years. What it contains, no one was meant to see. Don't watch, don't watch. 20 years ago, in a small abandoned apartment building in the outskirts of the city, a resident vanished without a trace. The police found nothing unusual, no signs of struggle, no fingerprints, but one wall in the living room had been sealed shut. Fast forward to last month, a construction crew tearing down the building discovered a hidden cavity behind the wall. Inside was a dust-covered VHS tape, labeled in jagged handwriting, "Do not watch, forget me not." The tape was warped and brittle, but remarkably intact. They brought it to an old VCR, dusted off the cobwebs, and pressed play. The video opened with a dimly lit hallway. The camera shook slightly, like it was held by someone who didn't want to be seen. Static lines flickered across the screen. A faint whisper emerged, almost inaudible. "Help me." As the camera moved forward, the walls of the hallway began to warp subtly, stretching in ways impossible for normal architecture. A figure appeared at the end, tall, unnaturally thin, face obscured in shadows. It didn't move like a person, but like a puppet jerking on invisible strings. The camera jerked violently, and suddenly the figure was right behind the cameraman, though the angle hadn't changed. A high-pitched, static-laced screech filled the audio before cutting to black. The tape continued. The footage shifted between rooms that didn't exist, hallways looping impossibly, doors opening into empty voids of darkness. On the walls, messages appeared as if written in blood. "He is watching you. Don't turn around." Each time the cameraman paused, a shadow would appear closer, almost breathing into the lens. The whispers grew louder, a chorus of voices repeating the same word: "Run." Suddenly, the screen flickered and distorted. A hand burst through the wall in the footage, stretching unnaturally. The fingers gnarled and twisted. The camera fell, spinning on the floor. The last frame before a brief static blackout was a close-up of the figure's face, entirely featureless except for a single eye opening in the center of its forehead, staring directly at the viewer. The crew watched in disbelief, but when they tried to rewind, the tape would no longer rewind properly. Every attempt to view it again caused slight changes. Messages shifted, figures moved differently, new whispers appeared. Then the tape began to show the apartment's demolition crew inside the building, filming themselves, even though they were still outside. The camera panned over the wall where the tape had been found, and there, etched into the drywall, were fresh scratches spelling out, "I am here." Panic set in. One of the crew dropped the tape. The VCR began playing on its own. Static filled the room. A shadowy figure appeared behind each of them, visible in reflections in windows, screens, and mirrors. The whispers now spoke clearly. "You shouldn't have found me. Now you're next." The screen cut to black. When the authorities returned the next day, the building was gone, completely leveled. No tape, no walls, no crew, nothing remained. Only one thing was left behind: the old VCR, still plugged in, blinking red, with a recording light that never turned off.